What happens if you don't sleep for an entire year? One YouTuber, Ricard, found out the hard way. Ricard is a tattoo artist in his 40s living in Philadelphia. He runs a couple of YouTube channels mostly sharing tattooing videos, but in 2015, everything changed. It started with a severe urinary tract infection, so painful he could barely work. Without health insurance, Ricard couldn't afford to see a doctor, so he turned to his boss at a second job for help. Coincidentally, his boss had just recovered from a urinary tract infection and still had some leftover antibiotics. Ricard took them, and within a day, he felt better. He kept taking the pills. But by the third night, something felt off. He woke up feeling like the world was shaking, except it wasn't. It was his head, his spine, his feet, his whole body vibrating.
Body is so tired. Only have 1 or 2 hours knocked off last night from the medicine. Now the body is begging to sleep again.
Still, he pushed through and went to work. But dizziness and brain fog hit hard. His body was weakening. Concerned, he called his sister, a nurse, and described the antibiotics he was taking. She told him they were standard, commonly used ones, so he kept taking them. Things didn't improve. They got worse. His back felt like it was on fire. His joints ached. His kidneys felt damaged. He developed tinnitus. His body was clearly reacting badly, but he continued taking the meds, hoping for recovery. Eventually, he finished the antibiotics and the infection was gone. But then came the insomnia. This wasn't your average tossing and turning kind of insomnia. He couldn't sleep at all. Night after night, he just lay there, completely awake. And as the exhaustion built, life didn't wait. His mom, still in Indonesia, his home country, got seriously ill. So Ricard, despite his deteriorating condition, flew from Philadelphia to Indonesia to be with her. There he finally saw a doctor. The diagnosis? Severe insomnia. The doctor prescribed sedatives, assuring him that once he got some sleep, things would improve. But the sedatives barely worked. Even with a handful of pills, he could only manage a couple of hours of sleep, if he was lucky. Why does this matter? Because long-term sleep deprivation can wreck the immune system, damage organs, and even lead to death. And Ricard was now facing exactly that. By early 2016, months had passed. Ricard was still in Indonesia. Now bedridden from the toll sleep deprivation had taken on his body. In his bed, he turned back to YouTube, this time to document his suffering and plead for help. "My body is deteriorating," he said in one video. "My immune system is failing because I can't sleep." The sedatives had stopped working entirely. No matter what he did, his body refused to rest. He posted videos asking for help, even inviting doctors to use him as a test subject. "Use me as your model, your guinea pig. I know I'm dying." His condition grew more desperate. When he came close to sleeping, his body would jolt him awake. His skin began to flake off. He documented every detail. Sleep became an obsession. At one point, he even said, "I would give away my legs just to sleep for 3 hours a day." A full year passed. Ricard remained bedridden, still unable to sleep, still begging the internet for help. "I cannot sleep anymore," he said. "The medicine doesn't work. The sleeping drug only makes things worse." Mentally and physically, he was breaking down. His body twitched dozens of times a day. "I want to die," he admitted in one of his later videos. And then, as expected, his mind started slipping. The insomnia was so prolonged that it triggered symptoms similar to dementia. His videos became erratic, talking about gods, aliens, conspiracy theories. He filmed in the dark, rambling about how HIV was created by a pharmaceutical mafia. By the end of 2016, Ricard posted a final video. It was barely visible due to the darkness, but it marked the end of his journey. Not long after, he passed away in his bed. The cause? Fatal insomnia, a rare neurological disease. It's believed that Ricard had an unusual reaction to the antibiotics he took, leading to peripheral neuropathy. The constant pain from that prevented him from sleeping, which eventually led to organ failure. His YouTube channel is still online. His story remains a haunting documentation of what happens when the body is pushed beyond its limits, a grim reminder of how vital sleep really is.